Okay, let's go more into depth about delusion being the solution, right? I saw some girl on TikTok, and that's what she was talking about. She was like, I lost my train of thought. She was saying that basically being delusional, you know, making yourself think about like unattainable goals or things that you believe are unattainable, but then like believing that you can attain. How do I put this? Hold on. Excuse me. I mean, like, when you have a vision that you feel is so that you don't think that you can reach, but you have this like almost weird obsession with it. Like, if I say to myself, I want to be a billionaire, right? To other people, they'd be like, yeah, right, you're not going to be a fucking billionaire. That's crazy. How are you going to make that happen? But you in your heart believe 100, like way beyond 100,000% that you're going to be a billionaire. So then you suddenly start doing things that almost align with that goal, right? Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Okay. My car is one of them. The car that I currently have. Previously, I had a Honda, and I knew so badly that I wanted to take care of this car. I was like, that's it. My car is going to be in immaculate condition. You know, you might think like, oh my gosh, yeah, okay. People get stains, people get this, people get that. And it's like, no. I was determined to have my car in immaculate condition, despite it being my daily driver. And so anytime I had excess money coming in, I would take it straight over to the dealership and I'd say, hey, you know, just go ahead, analyze it, see what's wrong with it, and whatever's wrong with it, fix it all. And I would do this anytime I had extra money and anytime tax season rolled around. You know, when I got my money back from taxes, because I was like, this car is going to be, I'm done with having totally crap cars. I want my car to be at 100% efficiency. And it worked. My car was super clean. It had no issues, and anytime there was a recall, I immediately took it in, all that stuff. It took me a while, but it got done. But I was determined. Unfortunately, I had to let the car go because I fell on financial hard times at a certain point in my life. But then sorry, there's popcorn stuck in my teeth. But then I years later, I ended up getting a different job. And by this point, I had a van. And I was so focused. I was like, okay, I'm going to, I missed my car so much that I looked up the VIN number to see if I could locate it. I was using, different websites or whatever. This video's getting kind of long. We're only like 4 minutes in, but so I can finish this really quickly. I'm just losing my train of thought because I'm not sure. Anywho, I want this car so badly. And it got to a point where it was like I missed my Honda so much. And it got to a point so badly. And it got to... getting tongue-tied. I missed my Honda so badly that it got to a point where I started... Like, it seemed like no matter where I was looking, all I could see was Hondas. Like, the same make and model of the car that I had. And I was like, that's it. I'm going to do whatever it takes or whatever to get my car back. And I was telling everybody, I'm like, listen, all I see is Hondas. All I'm doing is dreaming about these Hondas. Everywhere I turn, like, I am determined to get this Honda. And they're like, yeah, but Portia, you have a car. You're good to go. You don't have to stress over nothing. And I'm like, but I want the Honda. Like, I have to have it. It's like, if I don't have it, I'm going to die. And I knew, and it came with certain stipulations. I was like, I needed to have a low down payment, and I want it to be low mileage. And after all that scoping I did, and it didn't even take me long, it only took me a couple months, but even after all that scoping, I ended up finding it through Carvana, weirdly enough. But I found it there, and it was $500 down, and for the car being 10 years old, it was only 16,000 miles. And even when I picked the car up, the guy was like, what? How did you find this? And it's like, listen, my dude, I was very, very determined. Okay, I was very determined. So yeah, I ended up getting it, and it's nice. You know, I'm proud of myself for that. But that same kind of effect of being delusional, where it's like I'm just so obsessed that like not having the car was like it was gonna affect the way that I lived. It was like it's a life or death situation almost. That's pretty much how I saw it. And yeah, that's kind of how I want to attack this weight loss thing. Every time I walk outside, I get distracted, so it's very hard for me to like stay on task. I don't know if it's just the lack of distractions, because usually in the house I'm overstimulated by what my kids got going on, by what my husband's doing, and then it's like, okay, I'm forced to focus. And then out here, my mind just wanders so much because it's so quiet. When I'm walking by myself, that's probably it. So I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, Portia, just get to the point. But you know, I'm like, ooh, birds, and I'm listening to the sounds of the birds and the sounds of the bugs and stuff, like crickets and whatnot, and I don't know. But yeah, be delusional.